Based on the Snapshot survey on national trends and developments for CHP across Europe conducted by COGEN Europe, what is the market view and what are the growth opportunities in the different CHP sectors?
For already 5 years, COGEN Europe has been taking the business sentiment for the cogeneration sector across Europe through its Snapshot survey. This year again, we conducted a Snapshot survey. We got responses from 20 national cogeneration associations. What that represents more than 85% of the installed capacity of CHP in Europe. And for the first time this year, we also had a contribution from outside of Europe, thanks to the Japanese Cogeneration Association. So we also have some insights from the cogeneration markets in Japan. In terms of the outcomes of the survey, we see that while the cogeneration sector has been stable, so growth has been quite slow over the past 5 years. There are pockets of growth in different CHP segments. More specifically, looking at commercial CHP applications, there's been growth throughout Europe in this particular segment. This is also It's very important because this has been mainly driven by market conditions. So quite positive on-site spark spreads, as well as greater awareness about these applications. So this is quite a positive development. In addition, we see growth in renewable CHP. This has been a consistent trend in the past 10 years or so, where the share of renewables in the CHP fuel mix has more than doubled. But this is mainly driven by policy, because there's been quite favourable policy support for renewable energy in general and renewable CHP in particular. Now looking at the future, with our Snapshot survey, we also would like to capture the outlook for the next 5 years. And what is good is that in this year's Snapshot survey results, we see an improvement compared to the previous years. Growth is expected in 60% of the CHP market over the next 50 years. Again, this is the perception of CHP experts at the national level, but we see this as an encouraging trend, and we hope that it will realize.
And according to COGEN Europe, have EU member states been ambitious enough in implementing existing EU legislation on energy efficiency and cogeneration?
With the Snapshot survey, we also address policy. So we ask national experts from CHP national associations, how do they see the implementation of policy for the development of cogeneration. And indeed, there is some impact of EU energy legislation, in particular the Energy Efficiency Directive that has been implemented since 2012. In that respect, there are provisions for member states to carry out assessments for the potential of CHP and district heating. We've asked the national associations what do they think about it, and in general this is perceived as positive, with just a few exceptions where the assessments of the potentials have not been carried out in great detail, and the analysis was very superficial. So these assessments are good because it shows member states that there is potential for more cogeneration. However, if you look at the follow-up to these assessments, so if you look at policy that actually encourages realizing this potential, there hasn't been much progress. So at the national level, what we see is that there's not enough policy to deliver that additional existing potential for CHP. which is one of the reasons why the CHP installed capacity and the operation of CHP has been quite stagnant over the past 5 years. So with this, I think it's the role of the industry, but also the role of the European Commission to call for more ambitious implementation of the Energy Efficiency Directive at the national level.